We'll call this meeting to order, the Blackhawk County Board of Supervisors for December 4th, 2018. Roll call, Mr. Veeder.
Leyland,
Here.
Little, Magsman,
Here.
Schwartz,
Here.
White.
Here. Take a moment of silence to reflect on our actions of the day, and as we do, remember in our prayers the Bush family. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Have the agenda received as proposed or as amended?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Next on the agenda is recognition of the Hudson State football champions. Want to congratulate Hudson on a fine year and an outstanding representation for the area. So if the coaches want to come up and introduce your players and what position they play and what year they're in,
All right.
we'd appreciate it.
Okay. From here? Or-
Yep.
All right. Let's start over here. We got Noah Mills. He's a senior offensive lineman, defensive lineman. Caleb Coyne.
That's that wrong.
You wanna just come up
Oh.
in front here and we can,
I'm supposed to get a picture
we'll
of
get a
these guys.
picture of it
Yep.
as we go.
Hey, Caleb Coyne, offensive line and defensive line, is a senior as well. Adam Meyer. Paul Lyman must hang out together. Offensive line, defensive line, senior. Christian Series, running back, defensive back, a little bit of safety linebacker, senior. Alex Reynolds, DB, wide receiver, junior. We brought our juniors and seniors, by the way.
Good.
Peyton Stewart, wide receiver, defensive back, junior. You going this way? Jacob Murray, quarterback, punter. Played like 3 plays in the secondary, senior. Ethan Fulcher, linebacker, running back, receiver, junior. Alex DeBell, receiver, kick returner, senior. You up next? Isaac Rodriguez, wide receiver, defensive back, senior. Eli Fox, defensive line, offensive line, junior. Austin Appleton, junior, kicker. What's your name again? Aiden Larson, offensive line, tight end, defensive line, linebacker, etc. Trey Germain, offensive line, defensive line. That's our juniors and seniors.
Again, congratulations on a fine season, coaches.
Yep, we got Coach Arms, defensive coordinator, and his wife.
Hey, get him up there.
Here you go, guys.
Can I get a picture of you guys?
He keeps coming back.
Again, congratulations and thank you.
Yes,
Thank you,
We
Coach.
made it to the semifinals, so we're prepping for the Dome. We used the awesome facilities here at the Sportsplex. Used
Oh.
the turf, so that was the main thing that came to my mind coming into this meeting. So
Great.
thanks for building that. That was huge, huge advantage for us.
You can take credit for it.
I'll take it.
Yeah, that's what, great job.
Thank you guys very much.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
you're welcome.
East Marshall. My grandson used to play.
We got half of them guys who are in positions. Jesus. Anyone from the public have any public comments they'd like to, anything other than what's on the agenda? Moving on to claims and payments. Claims and payments, pay the bills for the county. Resolution that the Board of Supervisors approve expenditures.
The expenditures this week total $417,808.24, 417,808.24. That includes about approximately $200,000 for the jail parking lot.
So move on a resolution.
Second.
Any discussion? This resolution, please answer as your name is called.
Leyland,
Yes.
Magsman,
Yes.
Schwartz,
Yes.
White,
Yes, resolution adopted. Next resolution, pay the bills for Country View.
Country View's expenditures that will be paid this week total $21,556.91, 21556.91. We're still holding approximately $282,000 of October benefits. We haven't yet billed for November benefits. They have approximately $491,000 in their account with payroll coming out at the end of this week. Motion to approve.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion on this item? This
Susan, excuse me, does that include the 500,000 that we advanced?
Yes, yep.
Thank you.
This resolution, please answer as your name is called.
Magsman,
Yes.
Schwartz,
Yes.
Leyland,
Yes.
White,
Yes, resolution adopted. Next, receive project updates from department heads, elected officials. Good morning, Kathy.
Good morning, Board. Kathy Nicholas, County Engineer.
Morning.
Could I have the screen on, please? I just wanted to mention the roads this morning are in good condition. Crews are out sanding and salting as needed in areas that are slick this morning. And I wanted to mention last week I attended a banquet hosted by the Asphalt Paving Association of Iowa. Ourselves, the Blackhawk County Secondary Roads and Engineers Office, we received an award from the Iowa Asphalt Paving Association. Us and Aspro Incorporated our contractor on our Zanetta Road paving project. This was in the secondary roads category, a county road category, and we received a smoothness award from APII. And there's a lot of research in the industry that shows when a road is built smooth, right from the beginning, that it stays smooth longer and the road stays in better conditions. There's less vibration from heavy loads, etc., when the road is built smooth to begin with. So ourselves and Aspro, we received the award, and I wanted to show you just a few photos of that project. These were taken during construction. On this project, if you're familiar with it, it goes from the Hudson city limits to the Grundy County line on Zanetta and Eldora Road. This would be the large curve that goes north-south, and if you were to continue this way, you would go to the Hanson's Dairy Farm. On this road, we did not have enough structure to do a cold-in-place recycle on the road, so we opted for an inner layer, and I've told you before that this is a 1-inch layer that is highly elastic. It is meant to be absorbing of cracks that may propagate through from the bottom, as well as heavy loads that may be on our roads. So it's really, we're trying to treat those cracks that are on the existing roadway without doing any type of treatment to the existing road. So we placed that inner layer that's 1 inch. And then after that, there was a lift of 2 inches of asphalt, standard asphalt, and then a 1.5 inch lift or layer of a surface lift, we call it, of a standard asphalt. And then here's a few photos of the striping, the pavement markings being applied, and then this was probably the shouldering material, the shouldering aggregate being applied as well. I don't have a picture of the finished roadway, but it did turn out really nice and very smooth. Can I answer any questions?
Kathy, will you be using this technique in the future on other roads? Or?
Yes, we used it for the first time last year on Pointer Road, the east portion of that from Canfield Road to the east, and so far we've observed no cracking coming back through from the underlying pavement. So it does seem to be a good technique. I know it's really early in the life of our roads, but yeah, it seems to be gaining popularity throughout the state.
Any estimates on the extended life of a roadway using this technique? But you're saying it's an early concept, so it has it been done in other areas for over a period of time?
I'm not as familiar with areas outside of Iowa that would have similar climate conditions as Iowa, but I will keep you posted. Everything we've heard is that it does have those elastic properties that should reduce the cracking, similar to a cold-in-place recycle project, and we've had very good luck with using that technique when we have enough depth to recycle the asphalt. So we are hoping it can go, we typically see 20 to 25 years in our asphalt pavements, just depending on the loading. It'd be nice if we could get another 3 to 5 years by using this technique, but I cannot tell you that for sure right now, what we expect.
Is there any increased cost in doing that?
Yes, that inner layer does add costs. Just like cold-in-place recycling can add costs of, I want to say $400,000 a mile, $400,000 to $500,000 a mile. I believe it's similar to the cold-in-place recycle costs.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy.
Thank you. And congratulations to you and your staff.
Any other department heads, elected officials? Moving on to minutes approved for November 27th.
So move.
Second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor, aye.
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 Opposed, motion carried. Consent agenda by resolution.
So move.
Second.
Moved and seconded, any discussion on any of the items? This is a resolution, please answer your name is called.
Schwartz.
Yes.
Leyland.
Yes.
Magnuson.
Yes.
White.
Yes, resolution adopted. Next is a motion that the recorder's report of fees collected from Sandy L. Smith, County Recorder, for the period October 1st, 18 through October 31st, 18, be received and placed on file with the county auditor.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, any discussion? All in favor, aye.
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 Opposed, motion carried. Contracts and agreements. This resolution at the agreement between Blackhawk County and the Iowa Department of Transportation for a surface transportation block grant program, federal aid swap project for improvements to County Road V49, Raymond Road, from 600 feet north of Indian Creek Road to a quarter of a mile south of Young Road, in the amount of $480,000. Estimated total cost of $1.2 million. Be approved and direct the chair to sign for same as recommended by Catherine Nicholas, County Engineer.
So move.
Second.
Moved in second, discussion.
Yeah, so I told you in an email, these next two agenda items are similar. We formerly used to be receiving federal aid money from the Iowa DOT. They have now swapped out the federal funds and are giving us state funds. This agreement says that we are going to abide by state rules that are very similar to the federal rules, that we will have our project led through the DOT, and a few other routine requirements that we would do anyway. So these next two agreements, I would ask that you sign this so we can receive state funding for these two projects. They will both be paved next summer, next construction season, I should say, in 2019.
Thank you.
Any questions for Kathy? This resolution, please answer as your name is called.
Leyland.
Yes.
Magnuson.
Yes.
Schwartz.
Yes.
White.
Yes, resolution adopted. Next is a resolution at the agreement between Blackhawk County and the Iowa Department of Transportation for a surface transportation block grant program, federal aid swap project for improvements to County Road C57, Ropsy Road, from US 218 east 5.3 miles to US 63, in the amount not to exceed $600,000. Estimated total cost $2 million.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Discussion on this item.
Same thing, this project is from Highway 63 to 218 on Cedar Wapsie Road.
This is a resolution. Please answer as your name is called.
Magnuson.
Yes.
Schwartz.
Yes.
Leyland.
Yes.
White.
Yes, resolution adopted. This is a resolution that the best bid from Buddy Blandford for leasing county-owned flood damaged property, formerly known as 7909 Finchford Road, Lot 7, Block 10, with a bid of $21, be approved and direct the chair to sign for same.
So moved.
Second.
Moved in second. Discussion on this item. This resolution, please answer as your name is called.
Schwartz.
Yes.
Leyland.
Yes.
Magnuson.
Yes.
White.
Yes, resolution adopted. Next, we're tabling or dropping 9D, other business resolution that the statement of completion and final acceptance of work for project on Sonetta Road resurfacing from Hudson City Line to Grundy Line be approved and direct the chair to sign for same as authorized to make final payment the amount of $29,398.22 with the total project cost of $979,172.72. Project contracted at $1,047,486.40. Total working days specified 20, working days liquidated 20. No fines, as recommended by Catherine Nicholas, County Engineer.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Anything you want to add, Kathy?
This is the road I just showed you the photos for. It did turn out very nice. We were approximately 6% under the contract cost, and I'd recommend that you sign the completion statement of completion so we can release that $29,000 in retainage back to Asbro.
This resolution, please answer as your name is called.
Leyland,
Yes.
Magsman,
Yes.
Schwartz.
Yes.
Little, I'm sorry, White.
Yes, resolution adopted. Next, a resolution that the bridge embargo restoring vehicle and load limits to the maximum legal limit for structure 76030, crossing tributary of Crane Creek located on Gresham Road between Raymond Road and Pilot Grove Road be approved and removal of signs from the structures as recommended by Catherine Nicholas, County Engineer.
So moved.
Second.
So this is the small structure that we finished, and the bridge was opened on last Thursday. I believe I showed you photos of our construction sequence last week. So we did open the bridge, and we therefore need to lift the embargo that was on the bridge, and then we will amend our bridge files accordingly.
Okay, so this action should say to lift the embargo, right?
Yes.
Yes, the new structure will not have an embargo.
So I would amend my motion to say that.
Thank you.
This is the resolution, please answer as your name is called.
Magsman,
Yes.
Schwartz.
Yes.
Leyland,
Yes.
White.
Yes, resolution adopted. Next is a motion that the Board of Supervisors meeting for Tuesday, December 25th be changed to Wednesday, December 26th due to Christmas. January 1st meeting be changed to Wednesday, January 2nd due to New Year's Day.
So moved. Second.
Moved and second, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Next, a resolution that the request submitted by Russell Schmitz asking the county to pay for the installment of a box culvert located at 13232 Dysart Road. Reports be approved.
Okay. Go ahead, Kathy. I was going to say, I see Mr. Schmitz is here too, so I'm assuming he'll want to speak when you're done, so.
Could I have the screen back on, please?
You're Roy.
So just by way of background for this item, I just wanted to give you a brief background of what has transpired with the county and Mr. Schmitz. Last year, Mr. Schmitz told myself or others of my staff that he was interested in obtaining a driveway permit in the future, that he would be relocating and would like to build a new home at a location south of his existing home. I went out on site, my staff, we visited the site several times. We told Mr. Schmitz that it was customary that individuals, farmers, landowners who wanted a new driveway, they were to fill out a driveway entrance permit, and then that new driveway culvert or any type of drainage structure, the driveway itself, that was to be paid for by the resident or the landowner. And that is the county policy. We have followed that since I've been here. We had expressed that to Mr. Schmitz. Sometime later that he did contact us again because we had told him what would be required would be a large box culvert. And then Ryan Brennan, my assistant, he did some calculations, and we had determined that a large 8x4 box culvert would need to be placed in the ditch. And I thought I'd show you a few photos so you can appreciate the situation. So this is on South Desert Road in the vicinity of Rhinebeck and Eagle. So that portion of the county, the south portion of the county. You can see where the north arrow is, so the water does flow to the north in this situation. Mr. Schmitz lives approximately in this location today. He would like to build a new entrance approximately in this location. Yeah, you can see that the water is flowing here to the north. There's a culvert underneath Desert Road at this location where it does cross under the road and then continues to flow to the north. And just by way of comparison, this is the box culvert, the drainage feature that is under his existing home driveway. You can see that it's a large structure. It is an 8x4 box culvert. I'm sorry, Ryan just said it was a 10x4 box culvert. So that's why we requested the same size. Okay, yes, slightly smaller because it's upstream, and generally an upstream would tend to be a little bit smaller than a downstream sized culvert. So Ryan's here as well as Mr. Schmitz is here as well to answer any of your questions.
On the existing driveway, that culvert was paid for by the resident at that time?
Go ahead, Ryan.
I don't know when that was. We know when that culvert was installed. It actually used to be a small bridge that crossed that driveway. I don't know who had paid for that bridge or when it was put in. That was long ago. But since there was an existing structure in that place, an existing driveway, once a culvert, a bridge, whatever is installed in our right-of-way, it's our asset to maintain at that point. That bridge did need to be replaced, so as part of that replacement, it was our cost to install that 10x4 box culvert in the driveway at that time.
And when was that, Ryan?
It was before I was here, so it was probably 20 years ago. So.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Any questions for Mr. Schmitz?
Did you want to speak at all?
Morning, Board.
Morning.
Good morning.
The only reason I came up and came in front of the board is because they're talking pretty close to $30,000. That's a pretty tall pill to swallow. And I'm not asking the board to fund the whole thing, just take the top or the sting out of it at $10,000, a third of the cost. Anyway, you know, it's not the county's fault. It's just the way it is. It's not the engineer's fault because that's what they recommend. So just looking for a little help on the front side of this project so that we can get on with things. So.
I know you were in a couple of weeks ago and met with all of us individually too, and I was going to say at that time, and you had talked, I think, or maybe shared about talking to the neighbor.
I had talked to my neighbor to the south, and it was a flat no. Not going to mention her name, but she's kind of stuck in the 60s, and she's not about to change anything the way it is right now. Would have been nice right at the property line to put in a driveway at that point, but like I said, it was a flat no. So I pretty much exhausted everything up till this point.
And that driveway would have been upstream of where the existing culvert comes into.
That is
Desert.
correct. Which would have made things so much simpler and cheaper, but not to be.
Did you just approach her the one time?
I approached her, sat down with her the first time, and her first The concern was his liability, if something was to happen coming off the driveway of her property. So basically it was a no, and then I had talked to a lawyer after that, and he said there's a fix for that you can have an indemnity clause to exempt her out of any liability. Well, when I approached her with that, she didn't want to hear nothing. She had basically explained away just about anything in the book that she wasn't going to do it, so.
Well, I appreciate you bringing this to the board for our consideration. I guess my position on this is that the county accepts roads and culverts that have been put in place, and once they're done, then the county receives those and maintains them in the future. I think this would definitely be an exception to our policy.
And my opinion hasn't changed since we talked. I said, when I look at justifying using taxpayer dollars for a private ownership property accommodations, I couldn't agree to it. And if we did, like I said, I can't see that there wouldn't be all kinds of taxpayers that would want the same accommodation, so.
So at this point, not everybody's got a situation like this. I don't know, but I'm assuming that not everybody's situation is like this.
Mhm.
So I wouldn't have approached you if the situation would have been different, so.
Oh, appreciate, I said, and sympathize with you for the situation with the $35,000 culvert, but I'm sorry.
To have a vote on this, move on the resolution.
I'll second the resolution.
This is a resolution, please answer as your name is called.
Leyland,
No.
Maxman,
No,
Schwartz,
No.
White.
No. Resolution adopted.
thank you.
Next, a motion to direct the county auditor to advertise for a public hearing to be held at 9:07 on Tuesday, December 18th in the boardroom 201 in the Blackhawk County Courthouse. Proposed ordinance number 77-221 for a request submitted by Mark Gunnarsson at 11842 Gibson Road to rezone 2.44 acres from A to AR to build a new single-family home.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion on this? All in favor, aye.
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 Opposed, motion carried. Resolution that the minor plat of survey submitted by Dean and Karen French to minor plat 6.2 acres located at 9737 North Canfield Road in 2 lots, with 1 lot consisting of 1.75 acres, second lot consisting of 4.45 acres. The property in question is located approximately a quarter mile north of North Canfield Road and Fairbank Road, Iowa Highway 281 intersection. Is approved that the county auditor be directed to certify a copy of the resolution for the Blackhawk County Recorder.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. This is a resolution. Please answer your name as called. Oh,
Sounds
oh,
good.
sorry.
Say a few words.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, yeah. This is basically this project. The rezone's already been approved by the Board of Supervisors, and this is just a minor plat to basically subdivide up the lot off of the original parcel, and it received unanimous approval by the Planning and Zoning Commission.
Thank you.
Any questions for Seth? This is a resolution. Please answer your name as called.
Maxman,
Yes.
Schwartz.
Yes.
Leyland,
Yes.
White.
Yes, resolution adopted. Thank you, Seth.
Thank you.
Any reports or information from the board? Entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.
Have a good day, students.